5 dangerous foods seniors over 60 should avoid and what to eat instead for better health. Hi there. Let me ask you something. Have you ever eaten something and felt, well, not so great afterward? Maybe a little sluggish, bloated, or just not quite yourself? If you're over 60, you might have noticed that some foods don't sit as well with you as they used to. And that's because as we age, our bodies change, and so do our nutritional needs. The truth is, some foods that might have been fine for us in our younger years can actually work against us now. They can zap our energy, mess with our digestion, or even increase our risk for certain health issues. But don't worry. Today, we're going to talk about 5 dangerous foods that seniors over 60 should avoid, and more importantly, what to eat instead to feel your absolute best. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. The first food to avoid: sugary cereals and breakfast pastries. Let's start with breakfast, because it's the most important meal of the day, right? Well, not if you're starting your morning with a bowl of sugary cereal or a sweet pastry. These foods might taste delicious, but they're loaded with refined sugars and empty calories that can cause your blood sugar to spike and then crash, leaving you feeling tired and irritable by mid-morning. And here's the thing. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at managing blood sugar levels, which can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So, what's a better option? Try swapping out that sugary cereal for a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Oats are packed with fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps you feeling full and energized throughout the morning. Plus, the berries add natural sweetness and a boost of antioxidants. The second food to avoid: processed meats. Next up, let's talk about processed meats. Things like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats. Now, I know these are convenient and tasty, but they're also high in sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. For seniors, consuming too much processed meat can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. Instead, try leaner protein sources like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish. Salmon, in particular, is a fantastic choice because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for heart health and brain function. If you're looking for a plant-based option, consider adding more beans, lentils, or tofu to your meals. These are not only high in protein, but also packed with fiber and essential nutrients. The third food to avoid: white bread and refined grains. Now, let's talk about bread. I know there's nothing quite like the smell of fresh, warm bread, but white bread and other refined grains like white rice and pasta can be problematic for seniors. These foods have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients, which means they can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and leave you feeling sluggish. A much better option is to choose whole grains. Whole wheat bread, brown rice, quinoa, and whole grain pasta are all excellent choices. They're rich in fiber, which helps with digestion and keeps your energy levels steady. Plus, they're packed with vitamins and minerals that support overall health. Now, I know we've only covered 3 foods so far, but these are some of the biggest culprits when it comes to draining your energy and impacting your health. In the next part, we'll talk about 2 more dangerous foods to avoid and some delicious, healthy alternatives you can enjoy instead. So, stay tuned. Welcome back. We've already talked about 3 foods that can be problematic for seniors over 60. sugary cereals, processed meats, and refined grains like white bread. But there are a couple more foods that I want to share with you today because they can really sneak up on you and impact your health in ways you might not expect. So let's keep going and uncover these hidden culprits, along with some simple and delicious swaps that will leave you feeling energized and vibrant. The fourth food to avoid: sugary sodas and sweetened beverages. All right, let's talk about drinks. I know it's tempting to reach for a soda or a sweetened iced tea, especially on a hot day, but these beverages are packed with sugar, often more than you'd expect. A single can of soda can contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar. And just like sugary cereals, these drinks can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, leaving you feeling tired and craving more sugar. But it's not just about the sugar. Sugary drinks can also contribute to weight gain, increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, and even harm your bones by leaching calcium. So, what's a better option? Water is always the best choice. But if you're looking for something with a little more flavor, try infusing your water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or fresh mint. Herbal teas are another great option. They're hydrating, caffeine-free, and come in so many delicious flavors. And if you really miss the fizz of soda, try sparkling water with a splash of 100% fruit juice. It's refreshing, satisfying, and much better for your health. The fifth food to avoid: fried foods. Now, let's talk about fried foods. I know, fried chicken, French fries, and onion rings are comfort foods for a reason. They're crispy, salty, and oh so satisfying. But here's a problem. Fried foods are typically cooked in unhealthy oils that are high in trans fats and saturated fats. These fats can raise your cholesterol levels, increase your risk of heart disease, and even contribute to inflammation in the body. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing these unhealthy fats, which means they can have an even bigger impact on our health. But don't worry, you don't have to give up your favorite foods entirely. Instead, try baking or air frying them. You'll still get that crispy texture you love, but without all the unhealthy fats. For example, instead of fried chicken, try making oven-baked chicken with a crispy whole grain coating. And instead of French fries, slice up some sweet potatoes, toss them with a little olive oil and your favorite spices, and bake them until they're golden and crispy. You'll be amazed at how delicious and satisfying these healthier alternatives can be. Now, I know we've covered a lot today, but here's the good news. Making these swaps doesn't have to be difficult or boring. In fact, it can be a fun and delicious way to explore new foods and flavors. And the best part? You'll start to notice a difference in how you feel. More energy, better digestion, and an overall sense of well-being. In the next part, we'll wrap things up with a few final tips on how to make these changes stick and some encouragement to help you stay on track. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From sugary cereals and processed meats to fried foods and sweetened drinks, we've talked about 5 foods that can really impact your health after 60. And more importantly, what to eat instead to feel your best. But before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts and tips to help you make these changes stick. Because, let's be honest, changing habits, especially around food, can feel a little overwhelming at first. But I promise, it's worth it. Small, consistent changes can lead to big results over time. Tip number 1, start small and be patient. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. In fact, trying to do too much at once can leave you feeling frustrated and discouraged. Instead, start with 1 or 2 swaps at a time. Maybe this week, you replace your sugary cereal with a bowl of oatmeal and berries. Next week, you swap out soda for sparkling water with a splash of fruit juice. The key is to take it one step at a time and celebrate your progress along the way. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about making better choices more often. Tip number 2, plan ahead. One of the biggest challenges we face as we get older is finding the energy and motivation to cook healthy meals. That's why planning ahead can be such a game changer. Take some time each week to plan your meals and snacks. Write out a grocery list and stock your kitchen with healthy options so you're less tempted to reach for processed or unhealthy foods. And here's a little secret. Batch cooking can be a lifesaver. Spend a couple of hours on the weekend preparing a big pot of soup, a tray of roasted vegetables, or a batch of grilled chicken. Then you'll have healthy, ready-to-eat meals throughout the week. Tip number 3, focus on flavor. Eating healthy doesn't have to mean eating bland or boring food. In fact, some of the most delicious foods are also the healthiest. Experiment with herbs, spices, and healthy sauces to add flavor to your meals without relying on salt, sugar, or unhealthy fats. For example, try roasting vegetables with a drizzle of olive oil, garlic, and rosemary, or add a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of fresh herbs to your grilled fish. When your food tastes amazing, you'll be more likely to stick with your healthy habits. Tip number 4, listen to your body. As we age, our bodies change, and so do our nutritional needs. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If something leaves you feeling sluggish or uncomfortable, it might be worth cutting back or finding a healthier alternative. On the other hand, if a certain food gives you energy and makes you feel great, make it a regular part of your diet. Your body is your best guide, so tune in and trust what it's telling you. A final word of encouragement. I know that making changes to your diet can feel challenging, especially if you've been eating a certain way for years. But here's the thing, you're never too old to make positive changes for your health. Every small step you take adds up, and over time, you'll start to notice a difference in how you feel. More energy, better digestion, and an overall sense of well-being. So, take it one day at a time and don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing something amazing for your health, and that's something to be proud of. Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one food swap you're excited to try? Or maybe you've already made some healthy changes. Let me know how it's going in the comments below. Your experiences and ideas can inspire others, so don't be shy. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life after 60. Remember, it's never too late to feel your best. Here's to your health, happiness, and a life full of energy and joy.